Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. Here it is, Tuesday. Matt, good to have you along, as of every day.
Yeah. I'm glad to be here with my co-host,
Yeah,
Smitty McQueen.
Hey, we do it big.
Sports show. It's a great deal.
Yeah, pretty big deal
Yeah.
around here now.
At least we think so.
Yeah, hopefully you guys do too.
Yeah.
Matt, we got decent show for our viewers today, or this evening almost.
Always good show.
Yeah, always a good show. That's very true. Last night we had Monday Night Football. You got the call right. I didn't. Bengals really let me down here. But the Giants take care of the Bengals. Get their fourth straight win.
Yes.
They are right in the hunt.
That helps
Once
out
again. You know what? It's crazy because the Giants are right. Only 2 games back of the boys. And the Giants, that was a big win for them. Your thoughts on the game?
Even though it's inter
division.
inter-conference, it's still wins are wins, and they sneaked out a win on the last drive. So Odell had a good game. Broke another record or something with receiving yards. He has the most in the first 3 years of anybody. Quickest to it, I should say. That happens when you have a Manning throwing to you.
Yeah, it does. It does. It really does. The Bengals, I was really disappointed in. They are in desperate need of wins.
More than most people.
Yeah, and we're going to talk more about that after our power rankings are released. Do you think this Giants team is a contender now in the NFC? Or
yes.
You do?
I do because, yes, they're behind the boys, the Cowboys, that is. But they're only 2 games back, like you said. And the Seahawks are up there.
Yeah.
1-2 Cowboys, but I think they are compared to the rest of the conference. It's different than the AFC. AFC is like top loaded. NFC is the middle. The Eagles, the Giants, the Falcons now.
Yeah.
Aside from the top 2, Cowboys and Seahawks, and I think they can squeak into the playoffs, assuming they win out.
Yeah.
Which
they're gonna.
It'll be tough.
They've
I know they got the boys.
Yep.
Was it once or twice?
Once
One
we
more time.
opened with. You look back, Cowboys should have probably beat the Giants in that first game if Terrence Williams gets out of bounds. But he didn't, and the Giants pulled out a big win in Dallas. So the boys do have to go to New York. So if they can get that game, then they're right back in the NFC East talks too. So, yeah, I mean, all around, the NFC East is just as competitive almost. Not as quite as the AFC West, but they're right there. Yeah,
later.
yeah.
Overall, I think they can.
Yeah.
We'll move on to our next thing because Monday Night Football is just.
Yeah, at least it was a good game.
It was a good game, 1-point game. That's nice.
Thursday night, we'll have that on Thursday show.
Yes.
Tomorrow we got some other stuff we'll tell you about.
We're going to move on to the NFL Week 11 power rankings, our power rankings.
Matt?
The official ones came out today from ESPN and some other like CBS Sports and Fox Sports and everything else. We have some differences looking ahead.
Yeah.
Picks.
Yeah, we do. Do you want to go ahead with yours?
I have the Cowboys at 1 because they are 8-1, the only remaining team with only 1 loss. They're playing so good right now.
They really are.
And I think they can keep it up with the rookies. At 2, I don't have the Patriots. I actually have the Seahawks who beat the Patriots. That's why I have them ahead of them, even though the Seahawks have a tie. At 3, I have the New England Patriots, the first team out of the AFC.
Yeah.
Who is 7-2. But right at 7-2 with them are the next 3 teams in my lineup, all from the AFC. All from the AFC West, more specifically.
Yeah.
I got the Chiefs, the Raiders, and the Broncos at 4, 5, and 6 respectively. Chiefs over the Raiders because the Chiefs beat the Raiders in Oakland and held them to 10 points. The Raiders over the Broncos because the Raiders beat the Broncos in Denver. So that's why I have it that way. 7, 8, and 9 are all NFC teams for me. I have the Eagles over the Giants.
Okay.
And the Giants right above the Falcons. The Falcons have fallen apart just a smidge.
Yeah.
Kind of. Other teams are winning and jumping them. So that's
Yeah.
my take.
Our number one by far, the boys. It feels good to say that for once. You know, last year was a tough year for him with Romo injury. We'll talk tomorrow about Romo's press conference he had today. Very, very touching subject for a Cowboys fan. Seahawks, too. I got them after the big win against New England in New England.
Yes.
I got New England at 3. And then here's where... And I really... this is how I've got them ranked. But I would put all 3 of these teams in the number 4 spot. And the reason why is because you've got wins here against this team. This team's beat this team. This team's beat that team. I think Oakland, Denver, and Kansas City are right there with each other. You know, Chiefs have beat Oakland, like you said. That was a big win for the Chiefs in Oakland.
Yes.
Because now Oakland has to come back to Kansas City to avoid that sweep. So that's going to be very interesting to see. It's going to be fun. Raiders, though, we'll see how they are. They go down to Mexico, down
Mexico
south
City,
on Monday night to play the Texans. We'll see if I'm kind of worried about that for them. Really, I really am. Broncos get a week off to prepare for your Chiefs, and then the Chiefs get to host Tampa. You know how that I think is going to come out.
Turnover prone.
Yeah.
Stellar and stout Chiefs defense.
Yeah.
I will say that all day, every day.
yeah, for sure.
Helps when you get a pick 6 against the
Yeah.
Super Bowl runner-up quarterback
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah,
MVP.
which you know I'm not a big Cam Newton fan, neither are you.
No, not
So it's fun to see that. I was loving every bit of it. And then I got right under those 3. I got the Giants, which 6 and 3. I think a lot of teams are like not giving them the respect they need.
quiet.
Very quiet,
Because of the
sneaking up.
Cowboys
Yeah,
on top of that.
yeah, very much so. And then you got the Falcons who fall to the Eagles this last week, and then the team I'm jumping on board with, Detroit Lions. Hopefully they don't let me down. I am so worried they will let me down.
Our boy Eric Harrington is a big time, like we say all the time,
Yeah.
a big Lions fan, and he's going to like Smitty tomorrow because of him picking the Lions in the top.
Yeah, and my cousin Mitch Johnson's a huge Lions fan too, and he's got ties with the Lions actually through his dad, who was a replacement player back in the day with the Lions. So he's going to be happy too. I know I was talking to him this past weekend, and he was really excited about the Lions. We'll see how they do. I'm still nervous about them because every time I've said I hop on them, they falter. So hopefully they don't. Hopefully they take care of business. And then we'll see if our power rankings change after the week. I'm sure they'll change a little.
Injuries happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know what could
Yeah.
happen.
We're going to keep it in the NFL. We were talking about this yesterday a lot. We've been talking about it. What is the best division in the AFC? Also, who's the best division in the NFC? And then who is the overall best division in the NFL this year? Matt, let's start with you in the AFC.
I hate saying this because I'm kind of biased, but I'm not biased because they are legit contenders, top to bottom. A little less on the bottom with the Chargers, but the 3 teams that are up top are the Chiefs, the Broncos, and the Raiders, all 7-2.
I agree.
And or Broncos are 7-3. Sorry. I like this division very much. It's competitive. The defenses are outside linebackers more specifically
Yeah.
are stellar. Top five, like 5 of the top 8
Very
in
true.
the country.
You got Mack, you got Vaughn, Houston.
Holly
Holly,
D Ford's he's got 10 sacks this year. It's just incredible.
D-Ware for the
D-Ware,
Broncos.
it's just
Yeah.
really, really incredible how these
Yeah.
guys are all in one division, and that's what makes for good competition against these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
New quarterbacks, some of them are new, and then you got the veterans with Smith and Rivers.
Yeah.
By
Very
far,
much.
the AFC West. The AFC South is not good top to bottom at all.
No.
The Texans are quietly sneaking in. The AFC East is just Patriots heavy right now.
Dolphins are starting to come up.
They're coming back with the running game, but
the Jets
they're
and
too far
Bills.
behind
Yeah.
all of them teams. And then the finish with the AFC North, they're all tight packed. Or the 3 are tight packed with the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Bengals. And then the laughing stock of the NFL, the Browns.
Which we dog on every day, it feels
I'm
like.
sorry, guys. Sorry,
Yeah.
Browns fans, but no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't make a case. They will not finish at 500.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or, I mean, I guess they're 0-9 now, so they can't.
Yeah, they physically can.
NFC though, we'll switch gear. I'll switch gears to my NFC pick. With the NFC West, you got the Seahawks, who are really good.
Yeah.
And then the 49ers, who are not so good. So you got a little wide margin there. The NFC South, they're all scrunched to the bottom with the Saints, the
Only
Panthers,
one team with a
the
winning record.
Buccaneers. The Buccaneers were the only team that won yesterday,
Yeah.
or Sunday.
Yeah.
And then the Saints, who have a terrible defense.
Yeah.
Bottom of the league defense. Stats prove it.
Yeah.
And then, so not them. The NFC North is struggling. The Packers are struggling. When the Lions are, in most people's eyes, the favorite now, the Packers are faltering a little bit. And the Vikings have just dropped off the face of the earth.
Agree.
There's something wrong.
I totally agree.
I hate saying that, but it's going to happen. I would... so at least one division left in the NFC, and that's the NFC East. The Cowboys are the best team in football, record-wise.
Yeah,
And
record.
with possible MVP, Rookie of the Year, Russian title candidates. Then you have the Giants, who are not far behind. They are sneaky good, which is kind of scary. You never know what could. They did beat the Cowboys week 1.
Yeah.
And the Eagles week 9. So, and then you have the Eagles. They're good. Redskins. They've won.
Starting. Yeah.
What,
Like 4 or 5,
four
I
or five
think.
now.
Yeah.
So that division, in my book, is the best in the NFC. Overall, AFC East or AFC West. Sorry. You got 3 7-win teams.
Yeah.
That trumps a 1 8-win team and a 6-win team,
Yeah.
and then whatever the Redskins are, Eagles. So
Yeah.
that's my thoughts. Smitty, your take?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, and I think most people would. The AFC West is just stacked. Chargers, even though their record shows is horrible, they are not that bad. They've been in a lot of games, and they've been competitive against every team up there, defeating the Broncos. Well, they had a
points
huge,
they've given up in the fourth quarter
yeah,
this year.
and they had a huge.
Stat fact.
They had a huge lead on the Chiefs week 1. Chiefs came back. San Diego has been in almost every game. NFC, I got the East. Yes, I'm a Cowboys fan. NFC East has been pretty weak the last few years. 8-8, not even a 500 record. Below 500 has won the division. Can win the division sometimes. The NFC East is up there, and I think the biggest disappointing division this year is the NFC West. Cardinals are not playing like everyone thought. And just the Rams, I think they're in the building process. And then what's his name's going to be starting this
Jared
week?
Goff. Today they announced
it.
Number 1 pick starting for the
Yep.
Rams. That's good news for them and for everybody who.
Yeah.
When you've had the number 2 overall player in the draft start more than number 1
Yeah.
quarterback, kind of looks kind of weird.
Yeah,
So.
definitely. And then, those 3 teams and then the Niners are just they're awful. They are awful. They've got a lot of, I think, locker room problems too inside there. The combined records though in the AFC West are 25-13. San Diego and Denver have not had their byes. The NFC East records combined are 24-11, and guess what? 1. There was a tie. We've had 2 tie games this year in the NFL, which is something you never see.
No.
And
Very rare.
yeah, so I think right now those are your top 2, and I think the West, AFC West, is the best division in the NFL. Top 3 teams, 3 of the top teams in the top 6 at least, in probably power rankings for most people's power rankings. I know it's gonna fall. Power rankings don't mean anything really, because what it comes down to is, are you in the playoffs? If you're in the playoffs and winning games, that's when it matters. Power rankings, hey, it's something to talk about. If your team you think deserves to be up there, you can argue stuff, just stuff like that. So it's a good debate section if you have power rankings. So
yes,
but most of our power rankings, everyone have the same teams, at least in the top 10 usually. Yes. Some are, different.
So that's enough about the divisions.
Yeah.
We've got some more NFL talk with what NFL teams are in most danger of losing their season heading into Week 11. Which team is in a must-win situation. We collectively thought these together. The AFC with the middle pack teams, with the Steelers who are 4-5, the Colts who are 4-5, the Bengals who are 3-5-1, and the Titans who are 5-5. They are right there on the cusp. I think the Steelers got some injury news today, and it could hurt them in the future. But they get the Browns this week in Cleveland. I still don't think they lose. The Colts face the Titans. That's a very good matchup for possibly maybe even jumping the Texans in that division.
Yeah.
With the Titans coming up. And then you got the Bengals versus the Bills. That would be a tough game for the Bills, or for the Bengals.
Bengals, yeah, against a good defense.
I think the team in a must-win situation, especially since the AFC North is close with the Ravens and Bengals, even though they're 3-5-1, the Steelers, because you have the weapons, they just can't seem to find their rhythm.
Yeah,
and it hurts. AFC take?
I think Steelers definitely, because I think the Steelers are the best team in that division. Even though they're not leading it, they had the injury. Big Ben was out, Le'Veon Bell, yeah. So they really haven't got their whole team to gel yet with everyone in the same game. I think this is a must-win for them. It's the Browns too.
Yeah.
I mean, an over team. So if you lose that game, then you don't deserve to make the playoffs. That's sad to say. I am sorry. This is bad, man. Yeah, we're just bashing on these Browns. All I know is the Cowboys beat them, so I can finally bash on them. I don't have to worry anymore. But no, the Steelers, they have to win this week. They have to win this week. They got the Browns again later on, I think in 2 weeks after this. So, I mean, these are big games they have to win.
Yes.
The other game, I think the Steelers and Bengals both, these are must-wins for both of them.
If Bengals lose, they are done.
I think they'll be, I think they will.
The playoff race for sure, and even the division, because of the Ravens and Steelers are head-to-head. And not notched up.
I think the Bengals are done. If they do have the Ravens twice, and the Steelers. So, and the Steelers game is in in Cincinnati.
That's good hope for them.
Yeah. So even if they do lose, I guess I'm not going to throw the towel in for them yet, but I think it is very close. They are on that danger where they cannot lose any more games. So I think that is that. My NFC, there's 4 matchups this week that I think really every team needs to win if they want to have a chance. I think the team that's in a must situation out of these teams I'll go through the teams and then I'll tell you who's in the must-win situation. You got the Cardinals. They're 4-4-1, 2 games back behind the Seahawks. They go to Minnesota, who's on a 4-game losing streak. They need a win too. Yeah, if 2 weeks ago we weren't even, saying, the Vikings, they're
Are they legit?
Yeah,
They're
they
almost
are legit.
contenders.
Yeah,
That failed.
yeah,
Miserably.
failed huge. Buccaneers, they go to Kansas City. So, and I do not see them getting a win. 4-5. That's what they are this year. 4-5. They're 1.5 out. Then you got the Saints on Thursday night. They're going to Carolina, who I've thrown the towel in completely on. Carolina, I think, is done this year, unless the Falcons just tank it down the stretch, and the Panthers can somehow get on a roll. So I think the Saints really need to pick up a win. Really, there's 3 teams here that are legit contenders, but only probably one of them is probably going to make it to the playoffs. And then I got the Packers. They're 4-5. We've been talking a lot on the Packers. A lot of people have. A lot of people are doubting the Packers now. I think this is a big win. Like, they have to beat the Redskins this week in Washington. I think they have got to win this week because I think if Detroit wins, watch out.
If Detroit keeps winning,
Yeah.
you never know what could happen.
Yeah.
With that division, the Vikings could summon some strength up and get a little bit more. They could beat the Packers maybe again.
Yeah.
And the Vikings could beat the Lions, but we know the Bears are last.
Yeah, because the Packers...
Lions are the team to beat in that division. The Packers need to prove something after going to the Super Bowl a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah. Well, and they've been in the playoffs the last few years.
They had the high standard.
Yeah.
And now it's just
It's like, whoa, we're finally seeing Aaron Rodgers and company struggle. And you don't see that. But yeah, the Packers. The big thing is they finished with 3 games against the division opponents.
Yeah,
We said that yesterday. We looked at their schedule. They got Detroit, Chicago, and the Vikings left on that schedule to end the season. So that this isn't a division game for them this week. So I guess if they do lose, it's not that big of a deal. Cardinals, I don't think if they lose, there's no way they're going to catch the Seahawks. Unless Seahawks somehow struggle, which I do not see that happening. They have struggled against the Rams lately, in the last few years. They still have to play the Rams. So, it's tough. I mean, all these teams need to win. I would say the 2, kind of like I did in the AFC, I think Cardinals and Packers. That's who I got in must-win situations.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. Both teams, all 4 teams, you got to win because you're under 500 or 4-4-1. The Cardinals.
Yeah.
I got the Cardinals. I think they have to win against the Vikings to stay in that because they're far behind.
Yeah.
The Seahawks. The Packers are right there with the Lions and the Vikings too.
Yeah.
But
all these teams.
They all have, the NFC's tight packed in the middle,
It is.
so they all have to win. That's enough on the NFL for me.
Yeah.
You good too? So
Yeah.
We'll get going on the next topic, which is tonight. We have the State Farm Champions Classic.
Just about to get
It's
underway.
about to get underway in 5-ish minutes.
Yeah.
And it's up in Madison Square Garden, New York. So the first matchup tonight is number 2 Kentucky, who are 2-0, against number 13 Michigan State and the Spartans. Kentucky's a 7.5-point favorite.
Yeah.
Michigan State did lose to
Arizona.
a very a decent Arizona team.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna bash them because it's very early in the year.
It's really
and
early.
it's weird that it's just uncommon for all these Final Four teams. All these 4 teams tonight might be in the Final Four.
They very
later
easily
on.
could.
They're playing in the beginning of the year, and like back-to-back games. You got Michigan State playing Arizona, Michigan State playing Kentucky.
Yeah.
They have faced off 4 times in the NCAA tournament, with each time a berth in the Final Four at stake. That is good matchups. Somehow, someone's doing something, messing with some mojo or something, getting it how they want it. Like Puppet Master is doing that. We'll go with our picks.
Yeah, I got Kentucky beating Sparty. I think, and the reason why is which the next matchup, too. KU was just both Michigan State and KU were just in Hawaii on Friday. I think they're gonna have some jet lag. I really do. That is, you go one side of the country to the other side. That's a lot of traveling. I think Kentucky's going to win. I think it'll be close. 78-70 is what I got. Kentucky's a very good young team. And John Calipari does good with those really young teams. Yeah, you know. So, both of these teams, though, I think it's a toss-up because it's so early.
Yeah, I have to disagree with you on the pick, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
It is a toss-up. It is early in the year. I have Michigan State winning 77-72 because Izzo
He's a great
coach. So good.
He's a great coach.
And they've got more experience in Kentucky because Kentucky has freshmen and sophomores. And maybe, if they're lucky, year in, year out, to have a junior on that team. Kentucky has the talent. Michigan State's got the more experience. Jet lag. Schmet lag. It don't mean anything to me because, of course, I got Michigan State. That brings me back. That brings me to the next game. Duke and KU. Duke number 1 overall, still at 2-0. KU losing to Indiana, and they're number 7.
Which was
now.
a great game.
Very, very good game. Indiana's a lot better than
people
preseason polls suggested. Duke's the 2-point favorite. They lead the overall series 7-3.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which KU's only got one win in the Champions Classic since joining in 11, and that came 3 years ago against Duke.
Yeah.
Like I said, jet lag, schmet lag. You can quote me on that phrase now. I got KU winning. The Jayhawks, 86-69. Duke has 3 people hurt. 3 of their top 4 recruits hurt, and most likely not going to play.
Yeah.
So, like Tatum's most likely not going to play. Grayson Allen, I don't like him. I just he's
I think Grayson's
the
a
most
baller.
hated player in college basketball. In my opinion.
Yeah.
There's other personalities that hate him too or dislike him too. KU gets the win tonight. Josh Jackson, double-double. Frank Mason going to lead the scoring. So
You think big, though, huh?
I do think big. It'll come down to free throws, like it always does. If I was a basketball coach and you don't make free throws, I'm sorry. You're
Goodbye.
done. But I'm not a basketball coach, so I can't make those decisions. KU's very good at free throws.
Yeah.
In like the last 10 years under Bill Self.
I've got Duke, but like I said with Michigan State, jet lag. That's why I think that is just for some college kids. For some college kids, I think Bill Self has the team ready to go.
Yes.
And I know Bill's probably upset with the defensive performance. He is a defensive-minded coach. So I think he's upset at that. So I think it's not going to be as high-scoring game, obviously. I just got Duke, though, by 4, 83-79. And KU, I'm not... These are not must-win games, you know. I mean, it's so early. KU and Michigan State, these games, though, are getting them ready for conference play already. I mean, just out of the get-go. 2 ranked opponents, bam, bam. You know, 2 games. Here it is on a Tuesday. They just played Friday against 2 ranked teams, and now they're going back against ranked teams. So, I got Duke tonight. I think Grayson Allen's a baller. I like Grayson. I don't know. There's something about him. I just like his style of play. Yeah, but yeah, and we'll talk more maybe a little tomorrow on, you know, thoughts on the game. It's so early to cover a lot of these games because there's just not much, you know, to look at. look ahead to, they're going to be playing teams now that they're going to be beating 100 by like 50 points, 100 to like 50 something here after these few games,
Yeah.
So
That's when you get gelled.
Yeah, the non-conference.
Conference player,
yeah, the non-conference. These are games we like to talk about, but after these games for KU, they don't really have a test for a while
until Baylor.
Yeah.
Opening.
Yeah. So.
Big 12 conference play.
So yeah, it's good for these teams though to test. I love the Champions Classic. Every year I've watched it. It's been a fun classic to watch.
For KU,
Yeah.
We're gonna turn that streak around. So.
Yeah. Tonight it starts tonight.
Yep.
We'll look ahead to Sunday. There's a big event going on.
And it's not necessarily football.
It's not football. We got a NASCAR Sprint Cup. Yeah. Boogity. Let's go racing, We got a NASCAR Sprint Cup championship that is going to be awarded to one of 4 drivers. They head to Miami Homestead, and first, let's just announce the 4 guys who are going after the Sprint Cup championship. It is Joey Logano, Jimmy Johnson, Carl Edwards, and Kyle Busch. A little on their stats this year. Logano, his 2016 season, this year, he has 3 wins, 15 top 5s, 3 DNFs, and 35 races. His career now at Miami Homestead, he's raced in 4. This will be his 5th. No wins, no top 5s, 1 DNF. Matt, you want to give the stats on Jimmy Johnson?
These are good stats, and we love doing stats because we're stats gurus.
Yeah.
We can't get enough of them. The next guy is JJ, Jimmy Johnson, my boy, after Jeff Gordon left.
Amen, bro.
So,
Amen.
This season, Jimmy Johnson has 4 wins. He's got 10 top 5s. Not as much as Logano, but he's won more. He's only not finished twice in the 35 races as well. His career at Homestead, 12 races. Wow. 12 races. 0 wins, but he has 4 top 5s, which is
really
makes up kind of for it. And then 2 did not finishes. Our next guy is Mr. Backflip himself, Carl Edwards. This year he has 3 wins, 9 top 5s, 5 DNFs in the 35 races. In his career at Homestead, he's raced 9 times. 2 victories.
Yep.
That is key.
Yeah.
Possibly key.
Yeah.
5 top 5s, and he has finished every single race. All 9 of them.
And then you got the M&M's. Used to be, he's kind of switched. He goes
back and forth.
You never know. But the M&M guy, one of the Busch brothers, Kyle Busch. He is last year's Sprint Cup champion. In his 2016 season in the 35 races, 4 wins, 17 top 5s, which is remarkable. 5 DNFs. In his career at Miami Homestead, 8 races, no wins, 1 top 5, 2 DNFs. Matt, it goes to whoever either wins it of these 4, takes home the championship title, or it goes to the highest top finisher of the race. Who are you taking, Matt, and why?
I'd have to go Jimmy Johnson. His former teammate Jeff Gordon retired, and that's who I loved for years.
Rock on to that, my man.
Hendricks Motorsports, so I had to carry on that Hendricks thing.
Yeah.
Picking another guy from Hendricks, whether it's Junior or JJ. It's JJ because he's one of the 4 guys who can actually win the Cup. He is stellar.
He is.
He's got 6.
Yep.
Sprint Cups, victory, like series wins. He's just so good at racing that he likes to go fast, and that's all I can say.
Yeah.
I'm not that big of a NASCAR fan, but
You know your NASCAR.
I watch him if football's not on or Royals ain't on. With Brandon always having it on the TV, so
yeah,
JJ.
Yeah, Matt, I totally agree. How can you go against a 6-time Sprint Cup champion? How can you go against the Hendrick Motorsports guy?
All day.
You got to take Jimmy. And I know Logano has been pretty good this year, consistent, along with Kyle Busch, which unfortunately I saw him win my first NASCAR race I went to this spring in Kansas City. Very sad to see that. But congrats to him. I don't think anyone will beat Jimmy Johnson. You can mark my words, Jimmy's your Sprint Cup champion. Make it 7.
That's it for NASCAR. They finish up the season.
Yeah.
So we'll have to wait till February.
Daytona. Yeah.
We move on to our school that we attend here, Fort Hays State University. Their football team yesterday accepted the invite to the Champs Heart of Texas Bowl on December 3rd, 2016 in Copperas Cove, Texas.
Yeah.
They are playing Eastern New Mexico University, the Greyhounds. Both teams entered the contest at 7-4. This is now the second straight year the Tigers have been selected to a bowl game with their appearance in the Mineral Water Bowl last year. It's the first time in history the Tigers will play in a bowl game in back-to-back seasons. Quality right there.
Yep.
And you want to finish off the
Tigers will look to win their first postseason game ever in school history, Matt. What an awesome honor. You know, they wanted to get into the playoffs of the Division II.
Yes.
They were unable to get into it. They did put up some impressive games, though, against Northwest Missouri State, who is the favorite going in by far to win the Division II championship. Lost a tough one in Washburn. You were at that game. Lost to Emporia to just not the final outcome they wanted. They, though, still get one more game to go show the MIAA and show the country that we are building our football program.
Yes.
And it is great to see. I know a lot of them guys are really happy, excited to go get one more game. You know, for some of them, it's their last game of their career. It's, for some of them, last game ever in a Tiger uniform. So, you know, they've got to be excited about that. Haven't been able to talk to any of the players, but whenever you can go play another game, why not, you know? So we'll look ahead to that as, you know, it draws closer, talk more about the matchup, and, you know, hopefully get to talk to some of the players and see what they're wanting, what they're expecting.
Yeah.
There was the release today of the MIAA released their player...
all MIAA selections.
Yeah, all MIAA selections. Congratulations to the defensive end, Cito. Junior. Cito Jr., he became the first Tiger player ever in program history to win the Defensive Player of the Year in the MIAA. Awesome. One of the best DNs I've watched.
Yes.
And it's been a fun time. I've got to know Cito. He's been an awesome guy. He's so just humbled, and it's awesome, Cito. Congrats, you deserve that.
Yes, definitely. He is very good. He is a friendly guy, really friendly guy too. He's really funny. So great personality, great on the field skills. He just tore it up this year. So being a first team selection. We also had another first team selection.
Yeah.
Senior defensive back Raheem Dumas. Well deserving of the award. He had a few picks this year too. Pick 6. So.
Yep. There was other nominees.
Other nominees. We had 14 overall, which is a new high under Chris Brown, our head coach. So.
Yeah, congrats to all you guys if you're watching. That's outstanding achievement. Matt, breaking news today, this morning, it was released that...
Inevitable.
Yeah, Vikings released their place kicker, Blair Walsh. Walsh has missed a league-high 4 extra points this season, along with 4 other field goals. Last year, he was on the hot seat. I mean... As a player, you're right. Yeah. 4 missed extra points and a crucial 27-yard field goal in the NFC wildcard game against the Seahawks last year that would have put them into the divisional round. He shanked the kick, and the Seahawks won in bitter cold Minnesota. And today, his career with the Vikings is over. I think another team will probably pick him up. He needs to go to a different place. I think he's not a bad kicker.
No.
I think he just needs changing scenery.
Yep.
And do you know who they might
They
bring in? Or
they were shortly after that, because I was watching it, quite like looking at it heavily. They are going after, or they have is confirmed.
Yeah,
now
some places. Yeah.
Kai Forbath. He had been on the workout circuit with him.
Yeah.
So
He's been all over.
He's going to be their kicker now. He's been with a lot of teams.
Yeah,
so.
he has. He should do a tremendous job.
Yes. Speaking of the Seattle Seahawks, we move on to more breaking news. Just about, an hour ago now?
Yeah.
They released Christine Michael,
Yeah.
who started out the year really good for them. And
Because Thomas Rawls is back.
yeah, and they got...
And then CJ Procise, who's becoming a fantasy pickup you might want to look at.
Yes.
I
think
huge...
Michael needed a change of scenery as well. He can be utilized elsewhere for the benefit of another team.
He came to the boys last season for a short bit. The Cowboys traded for him. And then, 2 weeks after, they released him. So, kind of like the Niall Davis situation earlier this year with the Packers and Chiefs. But yeah, as we look ahead, do you have any other...
I do have some more breaking news.
Okay.
Tonight, actually an hour ago, we had the MLB Manager of the Year selections.
Yeah.
And for the AL, we had the runner-ups and overall, Terry Francona of the Cleveland Indians took home the Skipper of the Year honors in the
Kind of
American
expected
League.
that.
Yeah, it's usually it happens like that.
Yeah.
And then in the National League, Dave Roberts picked up over Joe Madden.
Wow. That's kind of a
That's
shocker.
Kind of a surprise.
Kind of a shocker, but in a way it's not.
Baseball fans, yeah.
Dave Roberts led the Dodgers. He went out on a limb in Game 5 against the Nationals. And I don't know if the votes were already in by then, but that might have picked him up some. But yeah, that's kind of a shocker, I'd have to say, for that.
He was actually the only manager named on all 30 MLB team ballots.
Really?
Which is kind of a surprise, but he's deserving of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Joe Madden, though,
I would give it to Joe Madden because
I probably
he won the
would
World
have
Series
too.
for the first time.
Yeah. In 108
In 108 years. And
You deserve the award.
You finally get your team that you want, and they can still improve with some wins.
And he's
maybe
done
with
it.
Other players, but he works hard at what he does and makes them better, and he can go out and win a World Series.
That's a shocker. I'm pretty shocked about that. I mean, he has done things in Tampa Bay he had before, and he's a great manager.
World Series appearance.
Yep. Matt, look ahead to tomorrow's show.
We've got the committee rankings for the college football playoff come at 8 p.m. tonight. We will have a lot of story about that tomorrow on our show. We will recap the State Farm Champions Classic, which is underway now as we speak. We'll cover that more tomorrow. We will cover some NBA power rankings.
Yeah.
Our weekly thing.
Yeah.
With some more NBA matchups that we would like to see.
They're coming up in the week.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then any other hot topics or breaking news. You have anything left?
Not really. We can. The number 4 team in basketball, I'll go ahead and say it. The Ducks. They faltered today in Baylor and Waco.
Watch out, Big 12.
Yep, Big 12 is going to be tough. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the show today. We'll be back again tomorrow. Let you know about the time. Make sure to be following us on our Facebook page, Matty Highland Smitty McQueen Sports Show. Follow us there. Also follow us on Twitter at MHSM Sports Show. And then subscribe to our YouTube page. It's MHSM Sports Show as well. Look forward to seeing you guys here tomorrow afternoon. We'll try to shoot you the time we shoot. Hopefully it'll be a little earlier. Anyway, for Smitty McQueen
and Matty Highland,
so long.
have a good night.